Christian News from English Christian Times. Holy See Press Office announces 12th COVID-19 case in Vatican. On Wednesday afternoon, the Holy See Press Office releases a statement saying a 12th person who works in the Vatican has tested positive for COVID-19. The Holy See Press Office released a statement on Wednesday afternoon. In it, Matteo Bruni, the director of the press office, announced that a 12th person has tested positive for the coronavirus. This person is a Holy See employee. Further details in the statement say that the person had begun work from home at the beginning of March. This person remained self-isolated at home at the onset of symptoms. Bishops conclude Our Lady of America not supernatural in origin. A panel of US bishops has concluded that elect apparitions of Our Lady of America, which took place in the late 1950s, were not of supernatural origin. After investigating the reported apparitions to Sister Mary Ephraim Newsel, Bishop Kevin Rhodes, speaking for the panel of bishops who studied the phenomenon, said that the Church cannot approve or support public devotion or cult. Nativity scene on Indiana courthouse lawn is constitutional, federal court rules. The nativity scene was in front of the country courthouse in Brownstown, Indiana. Judge Tanya Walton Pratt ruled that this nativity scene would give a reasonable observer the impression that the government is endorsing a religion. Faith leaders respond to brutal killing of young black man Ahmaud Arbery. Christian leaders across the United States have expressed horror and outrage at the shooting of a 25-year-old black man in Georgia. Ahmaud Arbery was out jogging in Brunswick when he was confronted by a father and a son who said they believed him to be connected to a spate of burglaries in the area. As Arbery attempted to evade the pair, he became involved in a tussle with one of the suspects before being shot dead. The two suspects, former police officer Gregory Michael and Travis Michael, have since been arrested and charged with murder. 4 Christians killed, head of high school and family shot in north-central Nigeria. Muslim Fulani herdsmen shot and wounded a Christian leader and his family in one part of Plateau State on Tuesday, 2 days after herdsmen killed 4 Christians in another part of the state, sources said. Herdsmen shot Reverend Bayo Fominur, head of Christian High School, Misia College, at his home on the school premises in Ghana Rope Village, Barkin-Ladi County on Tuesday night. Pastor Femnur said by text message from his bed at General Hospital in the town of Barkin-Ladi. Worship video goes viral. UK churches unite to sing blessing over the nation. Over 65 churches in the United Kingdom linked arms during these challenging times for an emotional, digital performance of Cody Khan's and Carrie Jobs' Christian anthem, The Blessing. Encouraged by the Pittsburgh Blessing, which consisted of a group of churches in the United States that recorded the worship song, hundreds in the UK followed suit to sing a blessing over their land. The video has since gone viral and have 1.7 million views as of Friday. Kerala. Former caretaker of church gets life term for killing priest. A former sacristan was sentenced to life by a court here on Monday for killing a senior Catholic priest and rector of a famous Christian pilgrim center at nearby Malayatur 2 years ago. The sacristan is sentenced to undergo imprisonment for life for the offense punishable under Section 302 of IPC and has to pay a fine of rupees 1 lakh. Ernakulam Principal Sessions and District Judge Dr. Kausar Edapagat said in the order. Vicar of Baghdad wants Islamic State is returning to the Iraq in force. A prominent church leader from the Iraqi capital of Baghdad has warned that the Islamic State is mounting an increasingly ferocious resurgence across the country. Canon Andrew White suggested that with coronavirus saturating the mainstream media coverage, this terrifying surge of IS activity is being passed over and must be brought to the public's attention immediately. We need to bring back society, not just economy, says former Bishop of Rochester. Bishop Michael Nazir Ali, the former Bishop of Rochester, has said culture is as important as the economy when it comes to returning to normal. On Thursday, the Bank of England predicted a 14% shrink to the country's GDP, with potentially the worst recession in 300 years. But it also encouraged banks to keep lending through the crisis so that it wouldn't be even worse, and predicted a recovery in 2021. Coronavirus. French bishops call for churches to be opened up earlier. French bishops have expressed their frustration after being told they are prohibited from holding in-person services until at least 2nd June. At the end of the last month, French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe announced that a gradual easing of restrictions would begin on 11th May, with preschool and primary school classes resuming on a voluntary basis and with classes restricted to 15 pupils. Churches, however, will have to wait almost a month longer to resume operations. In response, the Bishops' Conference said it regretted this date, which has been imposed on Catholics and all religions in the country, and insisted that with the correct safety measures in place, Mass would not spark a further spread of the coronavirus. Charity is certainly greater than any rule. Moreover, all rules must lead to charity. Saint Vincent de Paul. News Desk, Christian Times.